Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to talk about the most dangerous relationship for an individual and their children to be in. And if you say, well, are you referring to women? I'll say no. This happens to both women and men, actually. And once I start talking about it, you're going to know what I'm referring to. So, anyways, when one individual is reliant on another for their very survival, that's a very, very dangerous place to be. I hear stories of men or women who are married to someone they are reliant on. They have children, and not only does their spouse abuse them, but they end up abusing the children as well. And a lot of times we say, well, why doesn't that person leave? And most of the time it's normally out of shame. The fact is that they don't have money to leave. Um, they don't have family they can count on. They're in a desolate situation, especially when it comes to men, because there's usually shelters for women and children, but I don't know a lot that accommodate men and their children, so that's just a side note. But anyways, when I was married the first time, I received my honorable discharge, stayed married to my first husband. We had two babies. We were in the military. He was still in the military, and yeah, of course, we were a military family, and I was completely reliant on him. It was one of those situations, even though the relationship was off, I was embarrassed and ashamed, and I really didn't reach out to family because they thought everything was fine. So I was reliant upon him. We were married, had our second daughter. I didn't have a job. I stayed in that relationship, and I was very, very dependent. I was. Not only was I a military dependent, but I was dependent on him. The interesting thing is, I, I knew I could probably reach out to family, even probably my mom at the time, because she is still in my childhood home. She has a couple of extra bedrooms and this and that. And would she have helped? Probably. But for some odd reason, people just hold back from reaching out. And so, my suggestion for anyone who is thinking about being a stay at home mom or relying on one income, I don't know. I don't know the out per se, but I always think both people should be able to survive without the other. Even in the case where two people are married and there's been a stay at home mom, when dad passes away, sometimes mom is completely lost and not sure what to do. And by a certain time, you're too old and you're not able to get a job because there's discrimination against older folks. So, anyways, um, if you can make money outside of your home, even in your home, whether it's selling on eBay or making yourself useful to someone else. When we were in the military and we were staying on Fort Lewis and we had a house on base, I ran a daycare out of my house and made $100 a week per child, and I had 5 kids. So that's at one time, maybe part-time kids, but anyways, I was able to contribute, and that's all it just really helped. I'm stumbling over my words, but anyways, you know what I'm talking about. But don't be reliant on another person, and most important, if you are in an abusive relationship, tell someone, whether it's a neighbor, a friend, a parent, etc. Please don't stay, because it's not going to end with you. It will also carry over to your children, and oh my goodness, oh gosh. So anyways, that's all I've got, and I will be back.